Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm talking about a pen from a brand that is fairly unknown to me, and also I could not find a lot about them on the internet. And that is Narwhal. This is the box, or the lid of the box of the pen that I bought. Narwhal is a brand that makes piston fillers mainly. I haven't seen any pens from them that aren't piston fillers, so maybe they just make piston fillers that are really affordable, and they have really pretty finishes. And today I want to show you one of their offerings. I bought this pen around Fountain Pen Day. It wasn't on Fountain Pen Day, but it was definitely part of a Fountain Pen Day sale situation. And I bought this because I thought it was fairly unique. I hadn't seen much about it yet. And aside from that, I think this might be a good alternative to a TWSBI Eco. Because I paid about 36 euros for this. And for a TWSBI Eco, you generally pay 35 here. I have one here. So I'll show you the differences between these pens, but mainly I just want to focus on the Narwhal and show you the finish and the nib. So let's switch this out. Okay, here we have the Narwhal original. Before we get into the pen and what it looks like and what kind of nib is on there, I want to show you the box. I took out a paper insert that was here, but just like TWSBI's, these pens come with a wrench, so you can generally disassemble it yourself. It's not something I would do in general, because I feel like something might go wrong, but there's a warranty and a guide and a wrench for you to disassemble the pen. They don't offer grease, so you would have to get your own grease, but that's fine. All right, the Narwhal pen. So this specific model is the original. It took me a while to find that out because it wasn't really clear to me. And then the colorway is called Hippocampus, I believe. So they have different finishes of this pen. They have a blue one and they have a green one, I believe. I was tempted by this one and the blue one, but I didn't want a serious pen. Like, I'd rather have like a funky pinky pen. They call this a purple. I would say it's not really a purple. I think it's more leaning towards pink than a purple. This is the cap. As you can see, it's fairly see-through, which is quite nice. You can see the nib when you have it capped. Just a very generic top of the cap. This clip is not spring-loaded. It is quite stiff. I wouldn't overextend this one. It might break off. But in general, it's fine. Like, if we're clipping to a shirt, nothing's gonna go wrong with that. Then we have the pen, and when I had this capped and I was holding it for the first time, I thought this was a cap band, but it's not. It's actually part of the pen. And the cap band it's not a cap band, the band here on the barrel just says Narwhal twice, so it doesn't say anything else. There's a silver ring near the piston knob. You can see the threads here of the piston, and you can see the piston mechanism through the pen because it's translucent. It has beautiful swirlies. The acrylic is pink, but because my ink is very dark, you can't really see that. You just see the swirlies. And it's lovely. It's quite large. It feels more substantial than an Eco, which I think is not that much bigger. They're basically the same. Sorry if that was out of frame. They're basically the same, which is funny, but this feels more substantial than the TWSBI. I like the feel of the material more than the TWSBI. I don't know if there is actual difference in there, but it just feels a little more like a quality material. I have no proof that this is actually a more quality material, but it just feels like that. What is nice about these pens, so these Narwhal pens, is that they sport a number 6 nib. So if you compare that between the TWSBI, you can see that this one has quite a large nib. What's also fun about these nibs is that they have the Narwhal logo on them. which I love that. It's such a nice detail. And then near the ridge here, there's also still Narwhal written on there. You can't really see that because it's so close to the grip. They make their nibs themselves, so they do that in-house. I did not expect that for this price point, for this type of pen, to have them make their own nibs, but they do. And honestly, this is a pretty good nib. I do have a caveat for that. One thing is, I couldn't choose nib size. So it just came with a standard nib size. It's just called standard. So it looks like a medium. It's like a medium-ish, fine-ish. It's in between somewhere. And number two is when I got it, it was dry. And I remedied this in the worst way possible. I did figure eights while pressing on the nib a little bit. As you can see, it did not spring it in any way. But it is a way to like spread the tines a little bit. But it is also like dangerous because you can definitely mess up your nib. So I wouldn't recommend that. It's better to get some brass shims and just make the feed channel a little deeper and make the slit a little wider on your pen. But I did it the lazy way and it worked. Also, this ink was not the first ink I had in here. I thought Rohrer and Klinger Solferino would be a really good match. And it was a really good match, but it did not feel good. It was dry, even though that ink is not normally very dry to me. But it felt dry in this pen, so I switched it out for TWSBI Midnight Blue, which is lovely and sheeny. And yeah, it is a good buy. I did get this on sale, I must admit. I got it on sale. I believe it's normally $45. So for $45, you get a nice piston filler that is a good rival to the Eco. And if you want something else, not a TWSBI, I would hardly recommend this. And also, if you want, you could switch the nib for a different number 6 nib. Now, I don't know which number 6 nibs fit in here, but it looks to me like a fairly standard fitting and feed. So I think it would not be too hard. Anyway, that is my small overview of the Narwhal original in the Finnish Hippocampus purple. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any more questions, please let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you. Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye.